My name is Laurie Allen. I'm a librarian at Haverford College. In my work, I collaborate with faculty and students to create scholarship in new forms. And it was through that work that I met Paul Farber, who's one of the curators of Monument Lab. And I'm here as the research director for Monument Lab. Monument Lab is a public art and civic engagement project that took place in the courtyard of City Hall in the spring of 2015. It was basically a shipping container and a bunch of students. It was an art project and a research project, and there you see this interactive sculpture by the late Terry Atkins representing an empty classroom that sat in the center of City Hall. There was amazing art as part of it, and I'm mostly going to talk about the research. So here's the research form. This form is a blank paper that asks, what is an appropriate monument for the current city of Philadelphia? We asked the public to propose monuments to answer this question. We asked them to name those monuments, to place them somewhere in the city of Philadelphia. We asked for their age and zip code if they wanted to share it. The responses we got were smarter, more interesting, more thoughtful, and more creative than anything I would have imagined. Our technology was basically Sharpies and clipboards, and the responses were amazing. So I'm asking you, this is so intimidating, but I'm asking you, and I'm actually gonna be quiet and ask you to think about this. Just take a moment and actually answer this question for yourself. We asked it at City Hall, surrounded by monuments. I'm asking it at a bar.
Not Rocky. But also Rocky.
Not Rizzo.
But also Rizzo.
All right, right? That was nerve-wracking for me. And so was being in the center of City Hall and asking this question. So we are now faced with 455 proposals from members of the public, and we have to make sense of them and learn from them. We got proposals sort of about ideas on a whole number of subjects, and we want to honor them and make meaning from them without reducing them. One way that we did that was we made a map. We made a map, as we were going, we had a map where the proposals that were made went up on a screen inside the lab, and here they are. You can see them on our website. You can see they're all over the city. So making sense of the proposals as a representation of the city was one way. But data has some power, and we wanted to understand that power. And so we transcribed them. We made them into data, but the first step, without reducing that data, is to, in a world where we so often believe numbers more than we believe the people those numbers are meant to represent. So I'm going to read some of those proposals. I would appreciate a monument depicting the progress, development, gentrification occurring in West Philadelphia. My monument would show a street shot of Baltimore Avenue. Above the street scene, there would be a mushroom cloud hanging in the air, representing move. I think it would be interesting, rather than attempting to create a unified symbolic representation of the current city, to instead remove the current monuments throughout the city, their absence pointing to how incomplete their narratives have always been. They weren't all like that. Some of them were just brilliant. Do you see the title? I Don't Love You, But I. It was so good. And there were a really wide variety. So we also coded them, right? We coded them for what kind of monument got proposed. About 183 proposed a sort of straightforward statue or sculpture, but we saw digital projects, community resource centers, parks, interactive monuments. And then we coded them also about what they were about. What did people want to see monuments to? And so you can see there's sustainability, technology, there's class and economic inequality, neighborhoods, arts and culture, but there's also a lot about youth, a lot about unity and love, and we learned to see those things because we hired 2 student interns from SLA who worked with us over the summer interpreting these 455 proposals and helping us make sense of them. Here they are presenting at City Hall. They showed us how much hope there was in these proposals. And now we're asking you. The data is up on GitHub. It's up there as GeoJSON and CSV, and it's available through Open Data Philly, which is where our public civic data goes. So this is a public art and research project, and so we want to ask people, right, to look up, to use this data to kind of look up and see what sense we can make together of the monuments that were proposed. To leave space for imagination. After all, when we think about monuments, these are these material manifestations of our shared identity and how we imagine our history, and that matters. So our shared stories matter, and that's Monument Lab, and we're going to keep doing it. We've got more plans.